Hi everybody, Martin from Salvo Migration here. And in this video, I wanted to go over the difference between what is known as time of application criteria and time of decision criteria if you're applying for a partner visa. Now, whether that is applying for the offshore 309-100 or the onshore 828-01, as we've said in previous videos, the four aspects that the department will assess in relation to these visa types are the financial, social, commitment, and household aspects of your relationship with your partner. Now, just to explain how this works, if you've applied for one of these visas, based on current processing times, we know that it may take anywhere from 18 months to 2 years, maybe slightly more, for these visas to be processed, for these visas to be decided. So at the time that your application is assessed, the nature of your relationship, the evidence that you will be able to accumulate will be naturally and organically stronger because you would have been together longer, you would have accumulated more evidence together, and as your partner visa is processing with the department, you are able to continue to send them and upload additional documentation and attach it to your application so that by the time the department pick up your file, there's really no issue, there's no question at the time of decision whether or not you are in a committed married relationship or committed de facto relationship. It's the weight of evidence that you'll be able to provide them will be very difficult for the department to ignore. However, what the department do and what the law allows them to do is go back in time and look at the facts of your relationship, look at the aspects of your relationship at the time of application. So let's say hypothetically you were to apply for a partner visa on the 1st of January 2019. And let's say that visa takes 2 years to process. So we're looking at the 1st of January 2021. As I said, on the 1st of January 2021, the strength of your relationship evidence is undeniable. You will be in a very strong position at the time of decision, and assuming there is no issue with the nature of your commitment to one another at that point, and assuming the relationship is still ongoing, there really isn't any issue at the time of decision. It's the time of application where the case officer will really focus their attention. So it's very, very important that the evidence that you collect, the documentation that you collect that supports each of these four aspects is as strong as possible when the visa is applied for. It's often not good enough for an application to be submitted with very weak evidence and then provide additional documentation after lodgement that's dated after lodgement. So let's say you apply on the 1st of January 2019, but then, in April 2019, you get engaged. Or let's say in August 2019, you purchase property together. These are all fantastic and great pieces of evidence for time of decision assessment, but unfortunately, because the events occurred after lodgement, it is debatable whether or not the department will be able to use that evidence to assess your relationship at the time of application. So therefore, and speaking in terms of where we focus most of our attention when we prepare partner visas for clients, we really spend a lot of time making sure that your documentation is as strong as possible prior to application. So it's often helpful when you start the process or start preparing your application a few months before. So let's say 2-3 months prior to the expiry of your visa if you're onshore, or 2-3 months prior to when you intend to apply for the offshore partner visa, that you start collecting your documentation and you start identifying areas of weakness. You start identifying where you may be missing a few items, pieces that you can go and collect, things that you can go and do together as a couple to strengthen these aspects of your relationship. Because it's as a whole, it's the department assessing collectively all of your evidence across all four aspects at the time of application. Did your evidence demonstrate that you were in a committed married or de facto relationship? And as I've said in previous videos, it's about differentiating yourself from just being in a boyfriend-girlfriend, boyfriend-boyfriend, or girlfriend-girlfriend relationship at the time of application. Time of decision is never really where couples run into problems. It's all about time of application. So my main tip really in this video is if you're looking to prepare a partner visa or submit a partner visa, make sure that you begin the process with time in advance, because the last thing you want to be doing is running around rushing with time pressures, trying to prepare and submit your partner visa in a couple of weeks. It's depending on the nature of your relationship, depending on the length of time you've been together. That might be fine. You may be able to collect enough documents that shows the strength of your relationship very quickly, but in other cases that might not fit your facts. So just keep in mind, just to be aware of the fact that the department have let's say a time machine, so to speak, and they will go back. So it's really, really important that your documents are as strong as possible prior to submitting your application. I hope that helps, guys. Please feel free to get in touch if you have any questions, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.